This tutorial walks you through 3 steps to set up a Canary release with API Gateway. Our project consists of 3 steps. To implement the project in this video, please ensure the following prerequisites. Check out the video description if you need assistance with any of these prerequisites. First step. Create a Canary. A Canary release consists of a base version and a Canary version. In this first step, you're gonna deploy the base version and create the Canary deployment settings. First off, you need a base API. In this video, we import an API specification previously created. Please check out the link for the API specification in the video description. This is a mock API. This means that there is no real back-end. API responses are fixed, regardless of the input. Before creating a Canary, you need to deploy the API to a new stage. This deployment is the base version of your Canary release. At this point, any request your API users make to the API endpoint will return fixed responses. Create a Canary release and set the percentage you want to direct to each deployment. In this video, we split requests in half, so you can easily see the request distribution between base and Canary deployments. As you can see, at this point you have only the base deployment. Second step. Release a Canary. In this step, you're gonna deploy the Canary version of your API. To do so, you're gonna change the API integration to HTTP, instead of the current mock integration. This means, API requests are sent to another server over the internet. In this video, this change is straightforward, since the API description we are using is based on the JSON placeholder fake API. As you can see, the fake API has a much larger dataset than our mock API. First off, go to the API Gateway console, access your API, choose the first HTTP method, and change the integration request. Paste or type the JSON placeholder URL for the to-do fake API, and save it. Repeat the same process for other HTTP methods. Notice that this method requires a path parameter. Test your API so you can be sure the requests are reaching out the JSON placeholder fake API. Next, deploy your API as a Canary release. When you check the deployment history, you're gonna see the previous deployment as the base version and the current deployment as your Canary. Last step. Test and clean up. With both the base and the Canary deployments, you can open your browser and use the API endpoint to simulate an API user. Half the time, your requests are sent to the mock API, which is the base deployment. And half the time your requests are sent to the JSON placeholder fake API, which is the Canary deployment. Notice that the distribution is like flipping a coin. If you flip it enough, you're gonna get the 50-50 split. If you are happy with your Canary deployment, you can promote your Canary. Promoting your Canary means that your Canary becomes the base deployment. Use your browser again to check that all requests are now sent to the HTTP integration. To delete the resources used in this video, just delete your API.